Hello everyone, and as usual I'm in a flying hurry, ready to go and visit my dad at the hospital. So I'm going to do another very quick get ready with me today, but my lipstick arrived from Charlotte Tilbury, so I thought I would do a look using the new Matte Revolution in Scarlett Spell. Let me just show you what it looks like. So it's in the usual Matte Revolution box and usual lipstick case. Okay, and I'm going to just do a quick swatch on my hands. Now I'll put it on the lightest part of my arm so that you can see it. It's a gorgeous colour. Look at that. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. I think it's ideal actually, because it's like a lighter version of Night Crimson, which often looks a bit vampish. It's just beautiful. It's got more sort of pinky red in it than things like Walk of Shame and Bond Girl. It's sort of more of a jewel tone. It's perfect for Christmas. So I thought what I'd do today is a look. I'm going to take a photograph of this in a minute so that you can actually see it in between. But I thought what I'd do today is a look using this with the new Instant Look in a palette in Gorgeous Glowing Beauty. I know there's a new one coming out next week in Stoned Rose, which I plan to get. But in the meantime, I thought this would look really good with Gorgeous Glowing Beauty. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. I'm going to do all my usual quick prep that I've been doing today with Tom Ford. So first of all, a bit of magic cream, and I've opened a sample that I've been carrying around with me. But I don't want it to leak in my bag, so I'm going to use that, even though I have got a pot of magic cream. I think that would be better. And I'm going to use an eye cream that I have purchased, and I'm going to do a review of that later on when I've used it for a few weeks, so that you can see. I'm taking photographs on a daily basis so that we can see any changes, but I'm just going to get that in a minute and I'll show you what it is. Again, I got it reduced in the Black Friday sale. I nearly said Good Friday again. What am I like? And it was recommended to me by one of my Ali Pallies, Shoshana. Hello, Shoshana. And she sent me a before and after photo and I was sold. If you've got hooded lids, stay tuned. You're going to like this. Right, that is my magic cream. Slapped on in a hurry. Everything's slapped on in a hurry these days. Right, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. It's called Perricone MD. It's by Perricone MD, and it's called Essential FX acyl-glutathione. I think that's how you pronounce it. Glutathione, maybe. Eyelid Lift Serum. Eyelid Lift Serum. Now, this is really good as a primer when you're going to put your makeup on, because it kind of tightens and smooths your eyes. It's not got anything like egg yolk in it or anything like that just does it temporarily and then doesn't have an effect. This is supposed to have ingredients that have a kind of effect over time. Now, it isn't cheap, but I got it with quite a lot of money off in the Black Friday sale. So I'm going to put a tiny amount and I'm going to dab it around my eyes and let it dry so it looks like that. As I said, when I've worn this for a few weeks and I've got some pictures to show you, I will do a more in-depth review. But if you've got hooded lids, it's recommended. I can't tell you whether or not I recommend it yet, but it's recommended for hoodies because it's supposed to help lift those lids. And certainly from what I saw from Shoshana's pictures, you could see more mobile lid after a very short period of time. It just lifted that eyelid enough to show a little bit more mobile lid. And what I do as well is take a tiny little bit and put it around my lip line, because it has a nice smoothing effect around the lips. I'll put a little bit more on my lids like so and let it dry down, and I will be right back. That's what it is. Okay, Okay, good old Tom Ford coming right up. Put this around the periphery of my face, like so. Contour with it, side of my nose. And a bit here because it does actually take away some of my cheek peaks. Right, I'm going to blend that in before putting on some light. Okay, now the light one, and I'm going to start blending that down a bit into my neck, because as you can see, my neck is a lot lighter. Always has been, always will be. If you're going to do this much lighter, you know that this is, I got it too light. If you're going to do this much lighter under your eyes, do make sure you put a bit down the centre, because otherwise that will stop you looking startled and it will kind of make more sense. And then I'm just going to gradually blend this in so it kind of graduates out into what my chest looks like, rather than putting loads of foundation on my chest and getting it onto my shirt. Okay. And this, by the way, is a Real Techniques travel brush, which has come in very handy. Okay, now I'm going to mix the two of them together, just because if I don't just put the light on, it's not going to cover my dark circles. So I'm just going to mix a little bit of the two together and use that as a concealer under my eyes. So first I'm going in with the darker shade, like so. Just dabbing it on with my fingers. If my dark circles are quite dark, I like to use this honey shade first, because it does colour correct, like so. My cheek peaks are looking very dark at the moment. Okay, and then I'll put the light over the top of it to brighten. Now I think you can see already, because I've put a little layer of that foundation, I think. Let me just, but makeup applies beautifully over that serum, really smoothly. Look at that, and it kind of stops it from creasing as much. Just makes your lids look at that a little bit smoother if they're a bit crepey. So it's a really good primer for eye makeup. Okay, now you see, because I'm just going to do this to balance that out, otherwise I look startled. That's better. Just doing that again with the light. Right, powder. I'll do the powder, and I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's, and I'll use her bronzer, and I'll be right back because you don't want to watch that. Okay, I actually just put a tiny bit of bronzer on to sculpt, because I just realised that I've got a bronzer in this palette, which is Gorgeous Glowing Beauty, which is here. Let me just show you that. Just put my little sample up next to the mirror so that you can see. So I'm going to use that today, and that's going to go beautifully with the lipstick. So if you're thinking about what lipstick to go with this palette, I do think that this works really well. So first of all, I'm going to go in with the Eye Brighten shade, she calls it, not Prime. And I don't know if you noticed, but I definitely think that eyeshadow applies beautifully again over this. I know I've just said it, but I'm just drawing your attention to it. that the eyeshadow applies beautifully over that serum. But try and get it in the sale because it's not cheap. But I'm told that it lasts a long time because you really don't need to use a lot. Okay, so that's the Eye Brighten shade. And then I'm going in with the Enhance shade. And I'm just going to take that along the side and up into the crease, as Charlotte does. What she does is she goes over the mobile lid, but she just avoids the inner corner. So that's what I'm doing, because otherwise it looks a bit too white on me. Again, these blend like a dream, so you really don't have to work too hard. Then I'm going to take my smudge brush and take that underneath. And I'm not going to use an eyeliner today. I'm just going to use this one and take it with the smudge brush along the upper eyeline. Because I think actually that looks quite flattering as an eyeliner, as a kind of soft, dispersed eyeliner. I think it works really well. Yeah. And then I'm going to take my smudge brush and with the eye smoke, I'm going to do my little triangle and place it in the corner in an inverted sort of triangle, just roughly. Like that. And then I'm sort of dabbing it on. Giving myself a bit of an eye lift by winging it out a bit. And then I take a little bit of that underneath as well, because that looks really lovely underneath. And making sure you link it up to what you've done above. And then I'm going to take my blending brush and blend, blend, blend. Okay, and then I'm going to just, with the smudge brush cleaned off on my hand, just take the highlighter of this palette, the face highlighter, pop it under my eyebrow and in the corner there. Eyebrow and corner. Like so. And then I'm going to use some Legendary lashes, a little bit of eye cheat, and I'll be right back. Oh, and I'll do my brows quickly. Okay, so I used Legendary brows and I used Charlotte's eye cheat. Now I'm going to use the bronzer from this palette, which is this one here, and I'm just going to bronze a little bit around my face, especially down on my neck where I definitely look a lot paler than the rest of my face. And then I'm going to use my blush brush and I'm going to put on the blush from this palette. I'm just going to mix the two together. Swish in the pop. Then using my highlighter brush, I'm saving the lipstick till last. I'm going to whack on the highlighter around the high point of my face, like so. And then we get onto the lipstick. Now I need to get a lip liner that matches this, and I think I'm going to go for the one that goes with Night Crimson, which is called, is it Kiss and Tell? No, Savage Rose. I'll just get that and I'll be right back. Okay, I've changed my mind about the lip liner. Just having a look at my lip liners from Charlotte Tilbury. I think a better match for this one, because it's got a bit more pink in it, is Crazy in Love. So I'm going to put that on first. Now, I often fill in my lips with the lip liner, but I'm not going to do that today, so that you can see the lipstick as it is, as it swipes onto the lips on my skin tone. Okay, so this is Scarlett Spell. So that is Scarlett Spell. I will take a photograph at the end. Just before I go, I discovered something on the side of the lipstick, and I'm going to show it you right here. Okay? And then I shall say goodbye to you all. Now, who's this lipstick for? I would say that if you like Night Crimson, you like Glastonbury, you like those really rich kind of dual toned colours, but they're actually a little bit too vampy on your skin tone and you often feel like you have to blot them down, this is the lipstick for you, because this is a kind of lighter version that you won't need to blot down. It's beautiful. If you have got an olive skin tone, I think this suits you well. But even if I'm trying to put my teeth back in, sorry, I'm not talking very clearly today. I think I'm thinking faster than I can speak, so do excuse me. If you've got fair skin, it's beautiful as well. It's going to look obviously a lot darker on you, but again, you can blot it down. You can dab it on as a stain, and it's perfect for Christmas parties. I just love the pinkish kind of rich pink undertone to this, but it's not too dark to look vampish. It's just perfect. I love it. I really do. So yeah, I think it's going to suit every skin tone, but I think particularly if you have got an olive skin tone, I think it looks good. Or if you've got I'm trying to think, but I'm thinking if you've got sort of warm brown hair, it kind of it's just beautiful autumnal lipstick. And even on fair skin, you can get away with it, because for Christmas, doesn't that look great? Let me do a close-up without showing you my awful teeth. And it goes perfect with gorgeous glowing beauty. And I think the other things that it would go well with are the palette of pops, the new palette of pops in, what's it called? What was the new palette of pops called? Can't think of it. I'm going to do a voiceover later on, but you know the one I mean. And of course, it's Celestial Eyes. It wasn't Pillow Talk. The one after Pillow Talk that she's brought out would go beautifully with that as well. And I'm going to be screaming at myself now because I just can't think of the name of it. And you're all going to be screaming at me. But anyway, it would go beautifully with that. And it's just perfect Christmas, autumn, winter lipstick. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I will be coming up with the Pat McGrath. It's not a daytime look, and it's just getting the time to do that. Also, I'm going to be doing a live. I'll probably do it tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be wishing my very good friend Linda Churchman a belated happy birthday, a significant birthday. I won't tell you her age. She can divulge that if she wants to. But a significant birthday of Linda that she celebrated about a week and a half ago now. Sorry, Linda, you know I've had a lot on my plate. But I thought I'll get some cakes from the shop and we'll have tea and cakes and do a live. So I'm going to do that tomorrow morning, Monday morning. I'm going to try and do it at about 9:30. And again, apologies to those of you in the US that won't be able to join me. I'm sorry that I haven't got a schedule going yet. I'm doing my best to fit everything in, and I will get a schedule going as soon as I can. All right, take care. Have a lovely day. Love you all. Mwah!